Hi guys. I'm doing something that I normally don't really do. I'm sitting here in my homeschool room at 9 o'clock at night, and I just wanted to take this couple minutes and this quiet time to talk about a certain book. And that has been on my heart the last couple of weeks. And I really want to recommend this book to you because I think it is so beneficial for public schools and for all the homeschool rooms. I honestly wish that somebody would have introduced that book to me when I was in elementary school or in middle school, because I think that would have changed everything for me. I can recommend this book. I am blown away by this book, so here it is. I know we shared some videos of this book before. This is called Learning to Learn. This is it. Not a big deal, but the information and the hints, the tools, the tricks, and the tips that are inside this book are phenomenal. And I know I learned so much, and I took so much information out of it, and it changed the way how I study. It changed the way how I saw education. It changed the way how I even prepare my lessons. And I know it benefit my children as well. It is for all ages. So my son is going to 5th grade. He understands. My daughter is going into 8th grade, and she understands it too. The book itself starts with a lot of tests. I know the first test, the kids, they loved it. Second one, they loved it. After the third or the fourth one, they were not so thrilled no more. But those tests are important because they show you which learner you are. So the book shows 3 different models of learners. So the first one is the visual learner, the second one is the auditory learner, and the third one is the kinesthetic learner, which we also call the hands-on learner. So I know this is, for example, Devin falls under that category. Put him in front of a textbook all day long and he don't remember that much. But if you take him outside and you show him how to fillet a salmon, that boy will remember it forever. You can wake him up at 4 in the morning and you could tell him, go outside and fillet a salmon, and he will remember how to do it exactly step by step. And that is the way how my husband learns. I myself, I am a more auditory learner, but that doesn't mean that I fall just in one category. And that is the beauty of this book, is because you start to develop your own learning style and you start to pick out what works for me. I am going to use that tool that's recommended in that chapter, and I'm going to take that tool and I'm going to start using the flashcards that I described in that one chapter. I'm going to go and look over the reading skills, how to develop really good reading skills. I know a couple of months ago I wrote a little paragraph about time management, and that all came out of this book. So just test it out, look through it. It is worth your money, every single penny. And so yeah, so this afternoon we actually were talking about reading skills with the kids, and we went over this whole chapter, and I kind of introduced that idea to them to look for goals, the goal and the purpose, why you are reading, to look for signal words that indicate the main idea and the details that you can get out of the text once when you focus on the signal words. So it's very, very beneficial. I also showed them different examples that you have to have a goal in mind why you read it. So for example, if I read the installation guide, I read that one differently because my purpose is just to read through it, to skim through it, to look over it. And this one is to install a computer program to my computer. Now, this book, I probably read it a different way. So I didn't read this book, but I had another book that I just finished. And my goal was to read that book because in a couple of weeks, we have a book club. And we're going to have an extended book club discussion about this book. So that was my purpose, why to read this book. Now, if I read a textbook like this one, for example, I'm just pulling this out because it's just sitting here. The Who Am I textbook, it is probably because I want to teach my kids a new lesson or some material that is inside of there, or actually to read with them over the lesson to prepare them for an upcoming test. So the kids actually had fun this afternoon, and they acted out some reading skills and why it is so important. And so they pulled out the best information that they gathered today, and they acted it out for you. So enjoy.
Prepare your mind. Read to remember. Eliminate distractions. Distraction.
Find a comfy spot in the house. Make sure it is a well-lit space.
Prepare yourself. Get ready with your notes, a dictionary, your pencil, and flashcards.
Thank you. Relax and start reading at your own pace. If you have to take notes after each paragraph, feel free to do so. If you want to scan over the first text to pick out vocabulary words out first, go ahead. Read in your own pace. No rush or hurry. If you don't get it at first, reread a section again until you are sure that you spotted the main idea of the text. And most important, have fun.
So as you can see, they had lots of fun with it, just to act it out. I think the main focus was just to show the kids how important education is, and that there are tools out there that you can see and you can pull out of this book and you can use it in your own education. But also that education can be fun. Sometimes it might be silly to act things out, but maybe this is the way how your child is really learning, and so you want to actually encourage him to do this. I also like the book, especially in this reading skill chapter, because it shows you that if you're being honest, sometimes things get tough and sometimes reading gets hard. What do you do then? Because sometimes when we read books or when we watch certain videos, we're like, okay, you know, that looks so easy. That person is doing it this way. How come when if I do it, it just ends up looking like this? Or even though I learned about the reading skills and now I'm sitting here and I still don't get it, there is still hope. And I like how honest this book talks about it. And it even gives hints and tricks what to do if reading gets tough. So I just wanted to point some of them out, just to say to reread the material and put each sentence in your own words. I know that always helps me to change your surrounding, to form a study group. Because, I mean, let's be honest, studying together is beneficial and lots of fun too. To read the material out loud, to decrease your reading rate, to put the book down, just to go outside for a little bit, just to relax, and then come back after 30 minutes and just try again. Or maybe look at other resources about the same topic in the library or online. Or just ask a family member for help. So I just like the honest approach that that book gives. So yeah, with that being said, the kids are in bed and I'm gonna go to bed too now. So thank you so much for watching the videos. We are encouraged by all the feedback that we get, and we want nothing more to be an encouragement for you, especially for homeschool moms who just started. I know some of them, this is their first year. I wish somebody would have taken me by the hand and they would have showed me and set me down. This is how to do it. This is how to do it. This is how to do it. And throughout the years later on, I met some amazing ladies who showed me so much, and now I want to give that blessing back. And I still have so much to learn. We all do. I think you can homeschool for 20 years and you still can learn something from a person who just started 2 years ago or who just started 2 months ago, and that's the beauty of homeschooling. That's the beauty of education, and that's for the public school system too. So thank you, and we are very blessed, and as always, we're counting it all joy. Have a nice night.